No.
Excuse me?
I'm not sitting next to someone wearing that hat.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
What's the problem?
You're wearing a MAGA hat? I'm not sitting next to you.
Just a hat?
Yeah, but do you know what that stands for? I'm not sitting next to you.
Yeah, I can wear whatever hat I want. It's
Yeah,
fine.
but I can sit next to who? No, I don't think so. Nope. I'm not sitting next to you.
What's the big deal? It's just a hat.
What's the big deal? I'm
Yeah.
a woman and you're voting to take my rights away? I don't think so. No.
Really?
We're getting someone over here.
Really? You're
I
gonna
don't
call
think
somebody
anyone on
over
this
this
plane
hat?
wants you
Excuse
here.
me?
Hi,
What is
yeah,
going on
I'm
here?
not sitting next to this man.
Excuse me,
look
sir.
at
Is this your seat?
Yeah, I paid for this. Here,
Yeah,
look.
but look at the hat that he's wearing. Look at the hat that he's wearing.
Ma'am, he's wearing a hat.
Yeah, and look
You're
at
allowed
what
to wear
kind
hats
of-
on a plane.
Yeah, but not that hat.
Oh, it looks like this is your seat, sir. You
Yeah,
what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
sitting next to
Ma'am,
him.
this
I'm
is
not-
his seat and he paid for it, so it doesn't matter what he's wearing.
It's
He's
my
allowed
right to sit
down.
in this seat.
Oh, it's your right to
Yes.
sit in this seat? But talk about rights. He
Ma'am,
wants
we
to
don't
take your rights
discriminate
away.
based on politics in this plane.
He's discriminating against you and me. Why are
Can
you
she move her
standing
bag?
up for
I don't
him?
think I should
Ma'am,
touch
you
it.
need to
I don't-
move your
some-
bag.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what
feel
you
comfortable
have a
touching
problem
this.
Ma'am, I'm
touching.
gonna ask you
Oh,
one
wow,
more time.
okay.
It's in my
If
seat.
you don't
Can
move your
move it?
bag, I'm gonna have you escorted off the plane.
You're gonna have me escorted off the plane.
Ma'am?
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Ma'am, you're not
gonna-
letting this man
I don't want to
sit.
take
Can I
people's
just sit?
rights
Yes, you
away.
can sit.
Can I
Sir.
sit? Can I move?
Ma'am,
Is
we're
that
gonna
fine?
have to move your bag.
No, don't touch my bag.
Ma'am,
Don't
this-
touch my thing.
We're gonna have to
What are
escort you off the
doing?
plane.
What?
Ma'am, you're making a scene.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing
get her off.
anything wrong. I don't think anyone
have to
here
leave.
wants him here.
You're causing a scene.
He's
and we're not
making
gonna
me
be able to
uncomfortable.
take
I'm
off unless
so
We
you
just
stop.
want to take off. Come on.
Nobody else is uncomfortable.
Everyone is
It's fine.
uncomfortable.
It's
Nobody
just a
wants
hat.
him here. I think I speak for everyone when I say nobody wants him here.
I'm so sorry,
Why
ma'am.
would you wear
I'm
that
sorry
in
your
public?
feelings are hurt, but it's time to get off the plane.
My feelings are hurt?
Yes,
Come on.
yes.
That is insulting.
I think you are
It's-
having an overreaction.
Have you seen
temper
the
tantrum
state
right
of this
now.
country right now? I mean, it's because of people
Come
like
on,
him.
we gotta get
The
off.
country's
Come on.
great. This is our
The
president. What
country
are you
is
talking-
great. Are
Yeah,
you
it's fine.
kidding me?
Off.
Oh
Oh my
gosh.
god, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, get
This
her
is
off.
ridiculous.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Magas. If today is your first time of coming into my channel, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment in the comment section, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that I keep getting heads up and updates from me. Remember, this video is not to embarrass anyone. It's for educational purposes and credit belongs to the owners of the stitches I will be attaching to this video. With this being said, let's dive into it.
Cap was just an accessory to him, but to her, it was the perfect excuse to lose her mind. The flight attendant marched up to him and flat out declared he didn't belong on this plane or in her country. And if he didn't toss that filthy cap, he wasn't flying anywhere. He was, of course, in shock. But what happened next was far worse. Garrett Shepard, the president's chief advisor, was sitting in his seat in economy class, trying not to pay attention to his surroundings. It was just another flight from Washington to New York. He hated flying, but it was inevitable. He was a man of business, always perfectly put together. Jeans, a shirt over a sweater, nothing unnecessary, and of course, the red hat with the bold slogan, "Make America Great Again." He didn't care about it. It was part of his image, part of his life. Everyone knew who he was. If they didn't, they could easily look it up online. Honestly, he didn't give a damn what others thought. He settled into his seat, exhaled, and started mentally running through the key points for the upcoming meeting. Entrepreneurs, financial reports, the job market, all of these things were running through his mind, demanding his attention. He was hoping this flight would go by without incident, but as it turned out, fate had other plans. A few minutes later, just as the plane was beginning to taxi down the runway, the flight attendant, who had been trying to hide her disdain up until then, walked up to him. She looked older than him, probably in her 50s. Her eyes held a kind of hatred that could kill with a glance. Garrett tried to ignore her, hoping it was just an exaggeration. He picked up his tablet and focused on his work, but she wasn't going to let him off that easily. She took a few steps toward him, her gait confident and resolute, making it clear she had something to say. She stopped right by his seat, arms crossed, and said, her lips tight, "What the hell do you think you're doing? You really think you can just wear that hat on a plane? People like you don't belong here. You know what? Either take it off, or you're out of here. Simple as that." Garrett, slightly taken aback by her boldness, tried to remain calm. He wasn't one for conflicts, especially not in situations like this, but something about it didn't sit right. Does she, excuse me? What are you talking about? This is a free country, isn't it? He said, trying to maintain his dignity, but inside he was already starting to feel uneasy. Something was definitely off about this whole situation. He glanced at her, trying to figure out what the hell her problem was. didn't answer immediately. Instead, she took a step back, almost like she was weighing her next move, and then quietly but clearly said, for the whole plane to hear, "You really think you can just parade around with that thing? We don't need your kind here." Garrett frowned and let out a small, mocking smile. This was definitely not what he had planned for the day. He was just trying to get to New York without causing a scene, and now he was being forced into a situation where he had to make a decision. Take off the hat or face the consequences. And something told him this woman wasn't joking. "Lady, what the hell is your problem? I'm here for a business trip. You got a serious attitude problem." But she wasn't backing down. Her expression became even more hostile, her eyes full of disdain. "I don't care if you're some big shot. You're not going anywhere with that hat. Either you throw it away, or I'll make sure you don't fly anywhere today."
And I regret my damn vote, okay? He promised America first. Now he's sending billions to Israel while we're drowning back home. And
Sir, why are you so upset today?
I voted for him to protect America. And now he's throwing our money at other countries and dragging us into another war.
Sir?
I didn't vote for him to babysit the whole damn world. I voted for America first.
This is the first time I've ever done this, worn a red Trump hat at the bar. So I was a little, nervous. I want LGBTQ conservatives to come out of the closet and be seen and have these conversations with people. It's very important.
Stephen Barraza is no longer allowed to wear his red MAGA hat inside Sacramento's Badlands bar. Badlands posted their MAGA ban on social media, reading in part, "Recently, a guest entered the bar wearing MAGA attire, which led to discomfort among some patrons. And moving forward, MAGA-related attire will not be allowed in the venue." Barraza took this photo of himself inside Badlands Friday night and believes Badlands' new rule is because of him. He says he was in the bar for an hour and he was the one made to feel uncomfortable.
There would be a couple people that say, "Oh, you don't belong in here. You should be ashamed of yourself for wearing that."
Barraza was in this group of Log Cabin Republicans, a political group representing LGBTQ conservatives. They were together for the California GOP convention.
This is discrimination, plain and simple.
Preston Romero is the Sacramento Log Cabin Republican president and was also at Badlands with Barraza.
President Trump has been one of the most outspoken supporters of the gay community.
MAGA voted against our community. Stay out of our safe space.
Brandon Harder says the Badlands MAGA ban is good and questions Log Cabin Republicans' policies on gay rights.
The jury's out on if they're actually a part of the community. When you vote against the rights of your own people.
This is going to piss you off.
So right now I've been asked to step off the plane because of my hat. Can you believe that? So now I'm waiting for the captain to have a word with me, and I'm flying Delta. And I went on there and sat down, and I haven't said a word to anybody. I haven't done anything. But because of my hat, they asked me to step off a plane.
It's absolutely infuriating and unacceptable, Delta. This happened on Delta Airlines. So if you watch the rest of the video, it looks like he was not removed from the plane, but they had him step outside in front of other people, and they pulled him aside to talk to him, give him a little speech, like a first grader that got out of the lunch line. Very apparent that he was profiled as a troublemaker because of his MAGA hat. Basically, what the pilot said was, "And comply with a simple instruction of removing his hat when he's asked to, then how do they know for the safety of them, the passenger, how do they know that he would follow instructions during an emergency?" That's the BS that they gave him. I don't fly Delta. I will never fly Delta. And this is ridiculous. Go MAGA.
I went to a gay bar in New York City last night with a friend who is a proud Trump supporter that was wearing his MAGA hat. Now, this was actually very interesting because being a Republican Trump supporter in New York City is already taboo, but being a gay one is like verboten, right? So I'm with this dude. He loves Trump. He's even got a MAGA tattoo. He's a really good dude. He's a friend of mine. But the looks that this man getting was completely insane. He was being sneered at, and people were like, right outside the bar, people people kind of like pointing at him. Everybody is like making all of these faces, but nobody would actually come up and say anything, right? So it was all that. And also what I noticed was a lot of the guys that were staring and making faces were just like a little femme, you know, like very much like you could tell that these were Kamala voters. Like you could tell that these people would like never in a million years vote for Trump. And they were just being so sneering and so prissy and so judgmental towards my friend. And I'm just thinking, man, these are the people that pretend that they are the most tolerant and inclusive ones. When they are literally faced with somebody that voted a way differently from them, that's where they go to. This is why all of these guys are so catty and mean and rude and vicious in these gay communities towards Trump supporters, and definitely in large cities. So I thought that that was a very interesting example of how tolerant and inclusive the gays are.
Trump 2024, MAGA family. I was at the bar last night and a woman punched me in the face just for me wearing a MAGA hat. And that's just really crazy. All the vile disrespect and the hatred that I'm getting and the abuse just for wearing a hat. But see, if I had retaliated, I would have been in jail. And it's crazy how she can abuse me and nothing will happen. She almost broke my nose. And it's crazy. I didn't retaliate because I'm smart and I didn't do anything about it. But it's just so sad that I'm getting the abuse that I'm getting. And that's what's wrong with society, is that she's allowed to do that and no one will say anything. I'm in Philadelphia, but it's a blue city. And so I'm not even surprised. That's what's expected here.
This is a very important public service message to all of you that sell MAGA apparel, whether it's hats, t-shirts, whatever. You better discount it and discount it fast, because MAGA is going to last for about another 53 days. So you have 53 days to sell that garbage before it becomes absolutely worthless. Okay? All right. And for those of you buying that stuff, you have about 53 days left to actually wear it. Yeah, you have, whether it's a hat, a shirt, a cup, whatever it is, you have 53 days to enjoy that in public. You can enjoy it in private all you want, but after 53 days from now, it won't be acceptable in public. Yeah, it'll kind of be seen as a racist statement. So if you wear any of that stuff after 53 days, you're going to get kicked off planes. You're going to be asked to leave restaurants. Yeah, it's going to get messy. So just look at this as what it is. I'm trying to help you. If you sell the stuff, time to discount it and discount it fast. If you wear the stuff, which I'm not quite sure why you do that, but if you do, you've got 53 days left to wear it. After that, I'm not responsible for what will happen to you if you continue to wear it. Yeah, you will in all likelihood be removed from planes, restaurants, theaters.
Disney World bans MAGA hats in their parks. Anyone seen wearing a MAGA hat will be immediately detained and banned from all Disney theme parks for at least a year. According to an official statement, quote, "Make America Great Again hats, also known as MAGA hats, are no longer allowed inside Disney World theme parks. Wearing one of these hats will result in a ban of 1 year or more. This is because these hats are harmful to other guests. We want to promote a welcoming and inclusive environment, and banning MAGA hats is an important step in achieving that goal." End quote. Overall, there are mixed reactions to this announcement. Many people are mad that Disney is limiting their First Amendment rights to freedom of speech. They also don't understand how a Make America Great Again hat is harmful to other guests. They also think this is almost as outrageous as Disney removing the American flag, which we reported on earlier. Meanwhile, other people are excited about this, and they're happy to see Disney finally taking a stand against the hate that these hats bring. These people do not feel welcomed and feel threatened when they see one of these hats, and they don't think that it should be worn inside Disney World parks. For more on this ban, click the link in our bio or visit mousetrapnews.com.
Security or TMZ, and the sane Americans who had originally just wanted to move tables now found themselves in the middle of a mega meltdown. And here's the kicker. The MAGA folks, in all their loudness, thought they were making a statement. But really, they just ended up looking like the caricature everyone already expects. Angry, thin-skinned, unable to handle even the smallest perceived slight without turning it into a culture war battlefield. The hat, the shirt, the shouting, it wasn't strength. It was insecurity dressed up in red, white, and blue. If anything, the sane diners walked away with the upper hand. They didn't need to scream. They didn't need to perform. They just had to exist, calmly rejecting the MAGA circus, and the circus did what it always does. It self-destructed. And that's the real story here. A MAGA hat in DC isn't just a fashion choice. It's basically an invitation to conflict. Not because people are out to cancel Trump supporters, but because the hat itself has become a symbol of division. Wearing it in a city that overwhelmingly rejected Trump isn't bravery. It's bait. And this young man and his table full of fellow believers found out the hard way that sometimes bait gets bitten. So here's the question. Is wearing a MAGA hat in public really about freedom of expression, or is it just about provoking a reaction? Because if the goal was to make a statement, sure, they made one, just not the one they think. What do you think? Is rocking MAGA gear in places like DC a show of courage or just plain foolishness? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to see where you stand. And if you love stories like this, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and stick around. Because on Trend Feed, the next wild story is always just around the corner.
Hello everyone, let's analyze this in 3 minutes and end with a direct answer to the question. If I were that man, will I wear that MAGA hat again? The answer is no. Number one is that I understand the embarrassment. Wearing a MAGA hat today isn't just a political statement. It's a cultural one and also or often a polarizing one. If a man feels embarrassed after wearing it, it's usually because he becomes aware of the meaning the hat carries for others. It might symbolize patriotism to him, but to many others, it may look racism, division, anti-immigrant policies, and harm. Embarrassment usually comes when someone realizes their actions has unintended social consequences, especially if they didn't mean to hurt. But now, feel or see that they might have. Power of symbols. The MAGA hat is a loaded symbol, like a flag, a uniform, or even a badge. In some spaces or cases, it seems like taking America back. And in other cases, it seemed like a symbol of an oppression, exclusion, and regression. So when a man wears it and step into the world, he's wearing a message, the one that speaks louder than his personal intentions. So this is where you look at it, that you may not feel the shame. You absorb it from reactions around you. And then the next thing is that growth through discomfort. Embarrassment is often a turning point. It means he's seeing more than his own side. He's hearing voices he might have ignored, and he's realizing facts matters more than interest. So that discomfort can lead to re-examining beliefs, disconnecting from one's ideologies, learning how to communicate values in ways that suit others. So the next thing is that if I wear him or that man, will I wear the MAGA hat again? It's a very big question to answer. For me, the answer is no. I won't wear it. Not because I'm afraid of criticism, but because I now understand what that hat represents to others, especially to those who suffered or felt targeted by the ideology it symbolizes. Many might believe in some policies connected to it. So me, I choose a different way to express myself, the one that doesn't carry the weight of hate, fear, or trauma for millions of people. So wearing the hat again may look somehow. So if I care about truth, empathy, or unity, I will not wear it again in good conscience. So that's the truth about it. So now my final words on this is Embarrassment isn't failure, it's an awareness. Waking up. The question isn't, was I wrong to wear it? No. The real question is, now that I know what it means to others, what do I stand for? Growth is when your own values evolves louder than your pride. I take it again. Growth is when your own values evolves louder than your pride. And that is when the heart comes off, not in shame, but you have to consider. So would I wear it again? Of course, the very big capital N O no. So for you, see in this video, if you were that man, would you wear it again? Drop your comment in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel, like, share, turn on your notification bell so that you keep getting updates from me. And don't forget that this video is for educational purposes and not to hate on anyone, not to side anyone, but for reality, for truth's sake, and for our different opinions. You are free to give your opinions in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, turn on your notification bell so that you keep getting updates from me. For those videos I'll be attaching to this video, credit belongs to those that are on that video. With that being said, I'll say peace and love. Bye for now. I love you guys.